Hey everyone, this is Sunbro, and I'm back with more Skyrim Dark Souls mods. At the moment, I'm in Ebonvale. This is a modded town. It's also my favorite town because it actually looks decent, and it's got a good view. Yeah. Well, at least when you're up top here. Oh, and for what I decide to wear this time, I'm Link. So, yeah. Was the only thing I could think of. It doesn't work completely. Like my hand clips through the shield a little bit there, but whatever. It's good enough. Um, so on to what we're doing this time. That is not it. We're doing pole arms, such as these. So first off, and yeah, there are two of them. They're technically different. First off is the Black Knight's halberd. And these are all massive, as you can see. So, they're not for everybody, but they look really cool when you're actually wielding them. At least I think so. I just realized the frame rate's way better if I'm looking this way, despite the fact that it doesn't look as pretty. So I'll look over here. But yeah. So this is one of them, and I can't. It's yeah, kind of hard to see it. But then the only difference with the other one is it takes fire salts to make it, but the other ingredients are the same. I think it was meant to be the one from Dark Souls 2 and deal fire damage, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if that was just a mess up or something. But yeah, so that's exactly the same one. It's just a slightly darker color. Or maybe that was what it is. It's just that the color's darker. Um, but yeah, and then next is Titanite Catch Pole. Well, that's really what it's called, and this is just called Catching Pole. And it's interesting looking. Like, these are all things that, like, they didn't design the game for Skyrim, so it's kind of hard to use them because they're big, but this one's definitely one of the smaller ones. And then, and I'm not gonna bother like showing how shiny they are this time around. Now I got more Zelda music starting up. um, this one is Gargoyle Halberd, and it is an odd one. Especially like, I know I said I wasn't going to look at the texture, but I can't remember the name of the exact type of rock, but it looks like whatever that is. It just looks peculiar when you're wielding it, but if you want to have a massive axe, then this would be what you'd want. And then next we got the Giant's Halberd. This one is my favorite, just because it looks awesome. But again, it's pretty large, way higher up than your character. So it'll definitely clip through the ceiling if you like to run in third person and you're in like a cave or anything. But this one definitely looks the best. At least I think it looks the best. I don't know. It just also looks like the most natural and looks pretty fitting for Skyrim. But if you want like a more realistic weapon, they also have the standard halberd, which was my favorite weapon from Dark Souls 1. And they don't have, you know, anything like these in the Skyrim game. They don't have spears, and they don't have halberds or any polearm weapons at all. So even if you don't want them for the Dark Souls aspect of the mods, if you want to have, you know, weapons that really existed in medieval times that were usually more practical than swords and such, then this is one that you'd like. And as always, I'll have the links to the description. Next, we have the Life Hunt Scythe. And this one is really cool looking. It's kind of hard to see it, though. If I can get the sun glinted on the blade. Yeah, there we go. This one definitely looks about as high quality as the Giant's halberd. And not just because the reflection, like I usually say, just that the texture on the blade is definitely high def, so it's not weird looking like some of the other ones. And even the wooden staff is really nice looking for it. It's not nearly as high on your back as some of the other ones. It looks a bit more natural, but it's still huge. Keep almost going to something different. And then, looks like we got two more. We got the Luzerne, which is one of my favorite weapons from the first Dark Souls. And I'd say this is probably the most practical looking out of all the ones. Like, this really looks like it fits in just like standard medieval weapons. I don't know, it just looks good. I don't remember if the Luzerne from the game really had that the metal pieces on either side of the pole. I don't remember that, but it's been ages since I've actually gone and played the first Dark Souls. And then last we have the Scythe. They didn't make the Great Scythe. Maybe that's because they thought people would be fine with the Life Hunt Scythe, but yeah, they didn't have the Great Hunt Scythe, so yep, got this one. And this one is definitely good looking, but I've never like seen anything like this outside of video games, like even the medieval like exhibits at museums or anything. I've never seen things like this. I'm pretty sure they did exist, but it just seems like an odd weapon, so yeah. But it still looks pretty good. Okay, so the actual last up, because I forgot, is the Dragon Slayer Spear. It took me forever to get it to work. For some reason, it was giving me Steam errors every time I tried to download it from the workshop. But yeah, after unsubscribing, resubscribing forever, I got it to work. This one is definitely odd because there are mods for spears, but they always come with like their own spears that only work with the animation, so this is definitely going to be a slash, so there is no thrust that you can do with it, so it's not accurate to a spear, but it still looks pretty awesome, at least I think it does. But this was one of my favorite weapons from the game as well. But yeah, if you can find a mod that will turn like great swords into spear animations or something, then you'd be able to use this with that. So yeah, now that one is the last mod for this episode. And I'm trying to do these more often. The reason that I haven't been able to is because they just haven't been working. Like, it'll be installed, but for some reason it messes up or glitches or something. It's probably because I have like 50, 55-ish mods installed and something's conflicting somewhere. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember to praise the sun. Regretfully, it's not out. The moon! Anyway. And I'll see you all next time.